He was asked direct questions about some of the problems the offense had, specifically this past week, and he did reference the fact that, hey, when they started giving me the ball, we moved right down the field.
Yeah, you know.
And why we didn't, and he said directly, had we run that offense in the first quarter,
oh, boy,
it would have been just as successful.
Let's not worry about what we're doing. Just do your job, man.
But listen,
stop.
You know that is.
So why is it that in New England none of this crap happens?
Because
none of it happens. But
they're
down
all
here,
afraid of Belichick.
Yeah, but down here, this is all that happens. Just do your job. Just worry about what you do.
You know why? Because there's success, and then there's everything else, right? Right,
you know,
right or wrong. That's what it is.
You know, my thing is,
I understand the mindset of Odell Beckham. All I do is help you win games, and I'm the most passionate guy on this team, and it means everything to me. And you come out and then criticize my emotional reaction to the sport. Well, you know what? How about you start throwing me the ball more? We'll start winning games.
You know what? You know, first of all, it's a team game. Everybody's in it together, and everybody has to be in it together. You can't separate yourself. Now, it's kind of interesting. I got into the discussion with Michael Irvin and Brandon Marshall on Showtime about the mercurial wide receiver, the passionate wide receiver, and why if a guy like Tom Brady throws his helmet and yells at the coach is not a distraction, but Odell Beckham Jr. or whatever other player, but in this case it's Odell Beckham Jr. who happens to be a wide receiver, why would he be a distraction as opposed to being a leader? You know, the point being, and Bill Cowher said this in our Chalky McChalkface chalk talk that we had on the Hornblower Cruise. He goes, it's one thing if there's a guy that's emotional and passionate. It's another thing if that emotion and passion turns into penalties and mistakes on the football field, because then he is actually hurting the team. And you know that's where coach coached a lot of guys like Odell Beckham Jr.
Right.
He had Greg Lloyd. He had
Plaxico.
He had Plaxico. He had a lot of guys that were just the same way. And he said, it's a lot of energy for a coach to deal with these types of players. And the coach has got a million things going on, especially during the game, especially on the sideline. So hopefully this is more media driven and blown out of proportion. Because every time we interview that kid and every time we're around that kid, I like that kid.
Yeah.
He's like
a little strange personality.
Yeah, but he's a fun guy to be around.
He's totally fun to be with, but he's a little strange.
Well, I don't know whatever issue he has, but I'll tell you, he's a funny kid. He comes across funny.
Listen, he's also a rock star. And by the way, if I'm him and I'm 23 years old, whatever he is, 24 years old, and I'm that good, and they don't give me the action for a quarter and a half, and we're struggling because of it, and then they finally do focus with me, and we go right down the field, and not my fault that my center decides to hit a guy from behind and get kicked out of the game, right?
Right.
I would say the same thing. You said it in college. You want to win? Play me.
I get it.
Now you're an immature young teenager at the time.
The interesting thing I'm gonna juxtapose is that Brandon Marshall will tell you that when he was this age, he was this kid. And he will also tell you that he would love to go back to Denver and apologize to over 100 people in the organization.
I get it.
He's 11 years into his career now. He has a better understanding of who he is. He's been very forthcoming, been very open about that, which is something that is very admirable. And, when you see players like this, what it is, it's the age. It's the immaturity. And we all go through it. I went through it.
I think it's the most natural thing there is.
For 5 years, I think I was totally, and then if you ask some other people in my life that right now, they'll tell you I'm still immature. But that's okay.
Well, you're not immature, but, egotistical maybe.
Whatever, maybe.
But I can see you being a real pain in the ass at 22.
Yeah, because
you got some money in your pocket, you're a quarterback, you're type A, and you know what? And you're going to live forever. You're 22.
That's why as a 55-year-old, I see things a little bit different in the world today than I saw them 30 years ago.
Sure.
And, I almost feel like I could be this kid's parent.